Hey, what's up, guys? It's Andrew Zentowski. I'm making you my UFC 284 Makhachev versus Volkanovski prediction video. Takes place today, Saturday, February 11th, 2023. Prelims start at 6 p.m., so a little under 3 hours. The first prelims will be starting. It's going down from Perth, Western Australia, man. And the fans are lively for this event, man. Just the whole fight week, man. It just feels like a special event. Great card. I'm looking forward to watching it, that's for sure. So let's start it off, man. Zubara Tukhugov against Elvis Brenner. And I don't know why it's showing 145, because we know it's the lightweight fight. And Tukhugov still missed the lightweight limit. He weighed in at 157. So he's fighting Elvis Brenner here. Guy from Brazil. Don't know much about this guy. But I'm going to side with Tukhugov here, man. I don't know why Tukhugov's still even in the UFC, but I'm going to side with Tukhugov here, man. Just don't have much to say. He's a huge favorite. Don't trust the guy, so I would not be surprised if somehow he lost the fight, but I'm going to side with Tukhugov here. Blake Builder against Shane Young. Let's see if Shane Young can revitalize his career, man. 2 losses. Did not look good in that loss to Omar Morales. Did not look good in the loss to Ludovic Klein. And now he's going up against Blake Builder, who's coming off the Dana White Contender Series. Alex Morgan. So he's got some finishes on his record, man. But I'm going to side with Shane Young here to pick up the win. But a lot of people are siding with Blake Builder. Lookboonmee against Elise Reed. This should be a stand-up fight. Well, hey, let's see if Elise Reed can make it a close fight. I mean, I do like how active of a fighter she is. But I'm going to side with Luma here, just being the better technical striker. Jack Jenkins against Don Shanis. Don't know much about these guys. Jack Jenkins, 7 wins, coming off the Dana White Contender Series. Finished Freddie Linares on the show. And then we have Don Shanis. Lost to Sodiq Yusuf. I'm going to side with Jenkins here, man. But like I said, these are 2 newcomers. Jamie Mullarkey against the newcomer Francisco Prado. Prado, man, he's a finisher. Wins all his fights in the first round. And we've seen Mullarkey get caught, man. We've seen Mullarkey get caught with punches before. I do like the way Mullarkey fights. He is a tough fighter. He beat Michael Johnson, lost to Jalen Turner. No shame in that, man. Michael Johnson's, coming around as of late, man. He's looked a lot better than he has recently. Beat Devontae Smith, Carmel Worthy. So, I mean, this guy's fought a lot, man. And he's been very active. I'm going to side with Jamie Mullarkey here to pick up the win by decision. But this should be a barn burner. Yair Rodriguez against Shannon Ross. Shannon Ross, and he's an Australian guy. He's coming off a loss in the Dana White Contender Series of Vinicius Salvador. He's still got a contract, I guess, going up against Yair Rodriguez, who missed weight. He's coming off a loss. CJ Vergara. And I'm going to side with Rodriguez here. But again, man, just some of these fights won't surprise me if the other one wins. Joshua Kulobau against Melsik Baghdasaryan. And I'm going to side with Melsik here. I do worry about his gas tank coming from the fight camp he comes out of. Hasn't fought in over a year against Bruno Souza. That was the karate guy. But Souza was just not throwing a lot of volume, I don't believe. Kulobau, he's been in a lot of wars. He's coming off a win over Seung-Woo Choi, which is a good win. But Choi's been losing a lot of fights lately. I'm going to side with Melsik here, but nothing will surprise me, man. I could see Melsik possibly winning the first and Kulobau taking over rounds 2 and 3, or just coming on really strong as of late. It should be a barn burner. I think Melsik's the more technical guy. I'm going to side with Melsik, but again, I do see a path for Kulobau to pick up this win. Tyson Pedro against late notice replacement Modestas Bukauskas. And, I'm looking for a spot to feed Tyson here. Just don't believe in the guy as much as I did when he first got in the UFC. He's on a 2-fight win streak, but the UFC's kind of been feeding him opponents. Beat Harry Hunsucker, beat Ike Villanueva. Hey, man, Modestas is a good striker. So, I mean, it won't surprise you, man, if you can catch Tyson, man. So, I'm not sold on Tyson as a lot of other guys. I'm still going to side with him and pick up the win here, but again, nothing will surprise me. Jimmy Crute against Alonzo Menafield, and like I said, you know, Jimmy Crute does not look comfortable standing a lot of the time. No shame in losing to Jamal Hill the way he did. Jamal Hill is the current light heavyweight champion. And Alonzo Menafield, this guy is picking up wins as of late. You know, he beat Askar, the fraud Askar, and he beat Misha Serkunov in his last 2 fights. Lost to William Knight before that, which is kind of alarming. But he's been a very active fighter as of late, too. And I looked at him at the weigh-ins, and I think Jimmy Crute still looks like the bigger guy, man. I thought Crute would probably come in a little smaller, but Jimmy Crute does look slightly bigger than Alonzo. And I'm going to side with Jimmy Crute here, man, to get back on the winning streak and pick up a win over Alonzo. Justin Tafa against Parker Porter. I don't know what's going on with Tafa, man. Even though he won in his last fight, I'm just not impressed with the guy. I think he's going to have some really big cardio issues here. If Parker can survive round 1 or some of the first big shots, I just think Parker Porter's going to pick up this win here. I'm going to side with Porter. Randy Brown against JDM. Man, what a fight. What a fight. I'm going to side with JDM here by a first-round knockout, but, man, Randy Brown is a good fighter, and I could just see Randy Brown surviving that first and just coming back storming him, man. But I'm going to side with JDM here to keep the momentum. Yair against Emmett should be a war. Should be an absolute war here, man. Josh Emmett wants this really bad. Yair wants this really bad, man. I mean, it seems like Yair's been a contender forever. And I'm going to side with Yair here. He looks so much faster than Brian Ortega. Yeah, Brian Ortega went down with a shoulder injury, man, but I think that was the best case scenario for Brian Ortega, man. Yair looked fast. He looked very good in that fight. And Emmett, hey, I do see the path of victory in his win against Cater. He was pushing the pace. So I have no shame, I have no fault in him winning that fight, but I'm going to side with Yair here to pick up the win. Islam against Alexander Volkanovski. I'm going to side with Volkanovski here, man. I cannot wait to see this fight. This has to be one of the most anticipated fights and probably one of the best main events of 2023. It'll probably go down as. Volk moving up. He's the featherweight champ. He's moving up to fight for the 155-pound belt. He's still holding his featherweight belt. But, in Islam, this will be his first title defense. So, very exciting fight. Can't wait to see how this plays out. I'm not going to doubt Volkanovski no more, man. Give me Volkanovski to pick up the win here. So, guys, running down my picks. Volkanovski, Rodrigues, Maddalena, Porter, Crute, Pedro, Baghdasaryan, Rodrigues, Mullarkey, Jenkins, Lookboonmee, Young, and Tukhugov.